Hey guys, this is Jules with True Crime Reactions. Disclaimer. Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. Okay, so we've gone through so far everything that we currently have when it comes to our 1112 King Road FOIA request. We are still, as of around 4:30 p.m. Texas time on December 16th, 2025, still waiting on MPD to get it together and give us the remainder of our FOIA request, which is the 12:55 to the 2:25 time slots for that King Road camera that has or should have very, very, very important things that we can hear, that we can see. There should be a lot of telling information in this little time slot. I really wish they'd just hurry it the hell up. But while we wait, I'm going in on reports and trying to do report to video comparisons. I'm also going in and going through little pieces of things that we saw during our live reviews, things that you guys are mentioning down in the comments that need to be highlighted. Now, one of them was mentioned in a comment thread yesterday, so I decided to go ahead and get all of the clips put together for this one. I want you guys' opinion on this. It was interesting during the live because we heard some sounds that sounded like a car was coming from somewhere behind the camera, but you never saw the vehicle. And it definitely did not sound the way the vehicles sound when they drive by Taylor and you can see them keep on going on Walenta, or when they come off Walenta and come that way on Taylor, it has a completely different sound because of the curvature of that road, and Taylor is pretty straight. It didn't sound like that. What it sounded like was a vehicle coming from the Linda Lane area, or maybe even from down the hill from behind the 1122 King Road house, but stopping like right there. And it sounds as if brakes are pressed and tires go into some rock. And we know what the parking area of 1122 looks like, what it's made of, what's on that road. So a lot of people, myself included, heard what sounded like a car coming from the back of the camera, somewhere in the back. And remember, there's only one way for vehicles to get in and out of that area, and that's what you're looking at on the 1112 camera. So the fact that we hear this vehicle and then hear something else a few minutes later, I'm really wondering if this car was summoned up to 1122 and then somebody did something, helped with something, took someone somewhere. I don't know. I'm also currently in the middle of going back through all of the footage and writing down every time a car comes in, a car leaves, and when we see someone walking with their dogs. I've been working on this for about 3 days now. I have a bunch of papers all written down. I just have to go in and do the edits, put the information in. I plan on releasing these videos with only the timestamps of the actual movement in order to bring the information down, I guess, let's say, condense it down a little bit. But I am also going to be posting the entirety of the 1122 King Road footage after we not only receive the piece that we're still waiting on, but also after we receive the noon to 1 p.m. that I now have requested, since those redactions have already been done by someone else. We should only have to pay the duplication fee. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and play the clips from the live. We reviewed the 9 a.m. to the 10 a.m. time slot on December the 11th, 2025. Again, right now it is December 16th, 2025. So it's been about 5 days. I'm sure other people have seen this by now, probably commented on it, something very similar, but I want to know what you guys think. So we're going to go ahead and put all of this together. I'm going to go ahead and play the live clips, and then I'll be back. How strange. See, does that not sound like a car just pulled up and like put their brakes on somewhere next to the house? That's what it sounds like. But we're not seeing it. I'm very confused about what we're hearing right now. I don't know where it's coming from. Two doors shut. Down some steps. A car. Brakes. Tires into the rocks. car door. I think so. I think they saw everything. Where the frick is that coming from? Okay, now the other car is going, and we're still hearing noises. So where's that coming from? See, this car's leaving. Probably. Okay, that car's gone now. So what's the end? What is that? Who is this? Okay. Very loud little thing. That's what it sounded like, right? So now that you're bringing that back up, I'm really wondering if it was just that silver car, because we heard weird stuff, and then it sounded like a car and brakes, and then all of a sudden that one just like turned on almost in the same spot and then took off. I'm gonna have to go back and clip just those pieces so that I can try to put the sounds together and see, because that could have been a car that came from the back somewhere. Because remember, the only way to get in and out and get to where the Linda Lane cameras are, because of the way the parking lots are cut, is right here. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that. That might be the same car that just stopped right there. Do you see what I mean? Go back and re-listen if you feel the need to, but I'm also going to play for you clips from the raw footage. Now, for those of you that might have seen this on another channel, if the person that is showing you this footage is being honest with you, they're telling you where it came from. And the only reason why that even matters to me is because I give out the Google Drive link to the original copy of the footage file that I received from MPD in order for you to have your own copy, for you to download, for you to review yourself, for you to get an unadulterated opinion without it being on anyone else's screen. I wanted it done that way for a reason. That's how these FOIA requests and information that's paid for by the people should be handled. It should be passed out for free, unadulterated, unedited, with no watermarks. We should be able to do that correctly as adults. So far, the majority are doing an okay job. We'll see how this continues to go. So with that being said, I will not only have the link to our full live review of the 9 to 10 a.m. footage, I will also have a link to the raw file that I posted the next day after our live review that also has a Google Drive link that you can access from anywhere. I know that a lot of times when it comes to certain websites, out of the country IPs, or sometimes with VPNs, you have issues being able to obtain the information. This way, doing it through a shared Google Drive link, which there is actually quite a few things that I've shared in Google Drive links. I try to give my viewers as much access as possible to the things that we speak of on here, whether it be the information that we got from Celebrite, things that we get from MPD, whatever it is. Usually it ends up on a Google Drive link somewhere to be shared with the public, but I will go ahead and have the links for all of that stuff down in the description box. Right now, I'm going to play for you everywhere in the 9 to 10 a.m. time frame that I noticed a car coming in, or someone walking around, or something else going on, just so that you guys can see where the sounds are coming from that we were seeing, how much time maybe was in between the sounds. You can sort of get a good idea of that from the live clips that I played. But if you want a full view of this, again, a link for the raw footage file posting will also be down in the description box. So I'm going to go ahead and play this out. Please stay long enough to be able to see the entirety of what the movements were during this time frame. And please let me know down in the comments what you guys are thinking about this silver car. Is it possible that it's the car that maybe sounds like it came from somewhere in the back and stopped for a little while at 11:22? Now, I know that we hear doors and it sounds like someone is coming down steps, and there is a little 2-story apartment building right across the street. So is it possible that someone came out of that apartment complex, came down the steps, got into that vehicle, started the engine, and took off? Maybe. But what was it that we heard that sounded like a vehicle came and stopped and parked right there behind the camera? I don't recall hearing another engine, at least not in anything on memory, that started anywhere near that or anywhere near the timing of the original sounds of it sounding like it stopped behind the house. Now, again, I'm going through all of it, so that might change. I've actually been able to cross-reference quite a few different vehicles coming and then going in and being able to put the timestamps together, people with their animals showing up and coming back. I've been able to put a lot of that together, so hopefully by the time we get to going through all of the reports, we have a lot that we can cross-reference and maybe start trying to put together an accurate, time-stamped, factual timeline of what actually took place on the early morning hours of 11/13/2022, because so far we're the only ones looking for answers.
can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two but I am telling you right now, that mother back there is not real.
But let me know what you guys think this car could be. Again, could it be from the apartments, someone coming out the apartments, getting in there and hightailing it out of there? Because do watch how fast this car turns the corner. They've got no chill. Turn on engine and just haul it on out of there. That's another really interesting part of that whole thing. But again, the noise that sounds like a car came and just stopped and parked there. And remember, the two girls are awake at this point. They're on their phones, they're on social media, so we don't know what the frick is going on. Maybe one day soon, but again, let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comments. If you like the way that I present this information and give my opinion, please don't forget to leave a like on the way out, subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed already, and please don't forget to make sure that that notification bell is set to all so you don't miss any of my rants, reviews, reactions, updates, or deep dives. See y'all.